Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to the gunnersden.com YouTube channel. This time around, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at my everyday carry pistol. This is the SIG Sauer P365 XL. I really love this gun. This is obviously it's my everyday carry gun for a reason. So I've got this gun here, this 365 XL, and this is my everyday carry gun. And this gun is fantastic shooter, and it's really concealable. The reason why I really like this gun the most is because it's very easy for me to shoot accurately at fast cadence, fast speed, and really allows me to stay on target. So anyway, moving on. Why do I carry the SIG Sauer P365 XL? Well, for one, there's a certain amount of confidence that I have in shooting this gun, and I know that if I needed to defend myself with it, it would be there to help me defend myself or my family, and it really does its job well. So the 365 XL is an updated version to the regular 365 that made a huge splash in the gun industry, and the high capacity micro compact space, giving us 10+1 rounds of ammo of 9mm at our fingertips, and really just being a pleasant gun to shoot while at the range. The 365 XL is basically their X series in the 365 line, and it has some upgrades to it that I really like, and let's go over those really quick right now. So when discussing the regular 365, immediate differences that you should notice, one of those being the flat trigger here. So flat trigger is very intuitive when you're shooting. So pardon me as I do this with my left hand based on how I'm set up to record here, but the flat trigger breaks at about a 90-degree angle. So I'll show you that again. So there's a little bit of take up here, and then you come up to a firm pressure wall or trigger wall or whatever you want to call it, and then a little bit more pressure puts you past it, and then the shot breaks. Now I'm going to show you what the trigger looks like when it's being reset. Flag my thumb up out of the way there. Now I'm going to release the trigger so you can see the reset. And then you can get right back on it again. So let's show you that again. Bang. Okay. So overall, this gun is very pleasant to shoot. And one of the reasons is because of the trigger, but even the regular 365 is pleasant to shoot. Another reason why I really like it is because of this beaver tail here. Now this is another upgrade that the regular 365 does not have. Usually the beaver tail on the grip will stop right around flush with the back of the slide here. But as you can see, the beaver tail here on the grip sticks out just a little bit more, and it gives you a little bit more meat there. So if you want to get your nice high grip, you know, it really helps you mitigate that recoil that much better. So moving on, another thing that's different with the SIG Sauer P365 XL is the slide that is cut for an optic. As you can see here. Now I do not have an optic for this particular gun. Another thing that is a little bit different that I'm going to probably struggle to show you, all right, that's a pretty good angle, is the flare on the magazine well. It's not a massive flare, but it really helps aid in getting the magazine to go into the well there. So now there are a couple of things about this pistol that I know I'm starting to sound like a SIG fanboy here, but there are a couple of things about it that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I'm just going to tackle those right now really quick just to get them out of the way, because I don't want to sound like I'm just a fanboy here. So I'm going to reach around my camera. This is a little awkward, so bear with me here. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of, and this was a bonehead move on SIG's part as far as I'm concerned, is the accessory rail. This is not a universally accepted accessory rail. This is their proprietary accessory rail. So if this is your home defense gun and you want a weapon mounted light on that, you can get the Recover Tactical accessory rail, and I leave so I'll leave an Amazon link in the description below where you can find that, or you buy one of SIG's weapon mounted lights, and they're not the highest quality as far as I'm concerned. So you know, that is what it is. So this was a bonehead move on my part. I get it, capitalism and all that, but bonehead move on their part. So another thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is that there is, look at this stupid fruit fly, is the slide cut here. So if I wanted to put a optic on here, I would have to take this off, and the rear sights would come off with it, and that's a little irritating to me. I feel like they should have left it integrated somehow, and they didn't. So there's that. And the final thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is all the mold marks. So I'm going to show you here. There's a couple mold marks, so not the pin, right? But there's a little circle there. It's a mold mark. There's a couple mold marks down here. Now, I'm being nitpicky, right? But I'm not. This is one of the bad things about plastic guns. There's another one here. There's another one up here. And so there's just mold marks. And that's, again, it's just how a plastic gun is. Now, I will say that one of the benefits, the positives about having a polymer framed gun like this is the customization. So, right, so I really like this grip texture. See if I can get up close on that. Oh, those are just my dead skin cells from gripping the gun too much. Is this side any better? That's a little bit better. So I'm a big fan of this grip texture. Some people will think this grip texture is too aggressive. So some people like to modify their grip texture either with a stipple job or, you know, something like that. Or, of course, you could also buy Talon Grips for your gun. I'm a big fan of Talon Grips. Ever since the first Talon Grip review I did on guns.com several years ago when I was a staff writer over there. So big fan of Talon Grips. I'll leave a link in the description where you can find Talon Grips on Amazon if you're so inclined. If not, that's fine too. They don't endorse me in any way. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to break this gun down. It's very simple, it's very intuitive, and it's very straightforward. So what you want to do always whenever you're breaking any gun down is to clear your gun, make sure there's no ammunition in the chamber, make sure the well is clear of any magazines, or in order to disassemble the gun, you have to lock the slide back. So in order to lock the slide back, you just push up on this and push back on that until the slide opens. And then to take it down, you just kind of push this lever down here. And then you release the slide. And then you can push forward on the slide. And then it comes apart. So here's your grip module, just like this. And then in order to take the rest of the gun apart, you just pop out the recoil spring, and then the barrel comes right out just like this. And I wouldn't go any further than that. This is about as far as my comfort level will let me take a pistol apart, just because I'm not a gunsmith, and in fact I'm the furthest thing from a gunsmith that you can actually be. And if I go any further than this, I probably start breaking things. So if it requires more work than this, it goes to one of my buddies who are gunsmiths, and that's about it. So, and then in order to reassemble, you just reverse the process, right? So, and now that's basically it. That's basically it. It's got a nitron finish on it, and again, it holds 12 rounds of ammunition. I will say that I usually struggle to hit the slide, or sorry, I usually struggle to hit the magazine release. I don't struggle to hit the magazine release on this pistol. It does look to be reversible, so if you want to, if you're a lefty, you can swap this out. Yeah, that's basically it. So now I'm going to cut to the shooting portion of this video. weak-handed. Again, this is the 365 XL. It's hot. It's really warm. Man, it's hard to touch. I put right around 300 rounds through it in about an hour, and I haven't had one failure. No failures to return the battery. No issues. That was at 5 yards, one-handed. That's my target. It's not the best shooting, but for one-handed, it's definitely not the worst either. GunnersDen.com. And if you liked the content of this video or my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, if you would hit the notification bell, also hit the like button. Really helps me out. You know, it helps the YouTube algorithm. I'm really trying to grow the channel because, you know, we usually only publish videos one time a year, and that's for SHOT Show. And who knows if SHOT Show is even going to be going on right now because of the coronavirus. So yeah, it all helps. Make sure you leave a comment too if you have anything you want to add. So with that, I thank you, and I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, I try to read all the comments and answer them. So thanks a lot. Have a good one.